July 19th, 1977, the world teacher, the Christ Maitreya, head of the spiritual hierarchy, emerged from his ancient retreat and is now in the modern world. With his disciples, the masters of the wisdom, he will inaugurate the new age of synthesis and brotherhood.
Good morning and welcome to our World Teacher programme on Wellington's Access Radio 106.1 FM, presented by Teresa and David on behalf of Share International New Zealand.
Today we'll be featuring a selection of Maitreya's teachings as presented in the book Maitreya's Teachings, The Laws of Life, edited by Benjamin Creme and published in 2005.
The website share-international.org describes this book as a unique and diverse collection of insights for the coming age. It offers answers about the meaning and purpose of life, including who we really are, how to find joy in everyday existence, and what we can all do to create lasting peace.
It also addresses global problems, political, social and environmental, and forecasts future events, demonstrating how the laws of cause and effect work out on a world scale. It is the most contemporary phase of teachings given by the head of a group of enlightened teachers known as the Masters of Wisdom.
At the end of the introduction, Mr Creme explains in a special note to readers that, communicated as they were to two journalists by a close associate of Maitreya, these teachings are written in a different style from the messages given by Maitreya through myself.
Maitreya gave his teachings to a group of swamis around him, and this specific associate was also present. The associate relayed Maitreya's teachings while recalling visions given to him by Maitreya, and described his experiences with comments. Therefore, the writing style mixes Maitreya's direct expression with explanatory comments by the associate.
In the associate's own words, "I am only an ordinary man. I make mistakes. But Maitreya enables me to see with the third eye events which happen in the world. Through the visions I can understand. Otherwise it would be difficult to understand some things. If you have a vision, you cannot forget it." Mr Creme concludes, in spite of the different writing styles, the teachings presented in this book all originated from Maitreya. Here are a selection of quotes beginning with Maitreya's emergence.
"I have not come to found a new religion," Maitreya says. "I have come to teach the art of self-realization, something which is neither an ideology nor a religion, but benefits people of all religions and those who have none."
"I have not come to create followers," says Maitreya. "Each of you should continue to develop within your own religious tradition. A real disciple is one who will respect the traditions. Respect your own religions, your own ideologies, in brief, your own thought form, and you will experience the Master. Even when you see me, do not run after me. If you run after me, you will lose me. I cannot be monopolized. I belong to everyone."
"Do not try to worship me," Maitreya counsels. "If you worship me, you are trying to lower yourself. I do not want this. I want you to be equal. You are a spark of the Supreme Being. Do not think you are below me. Self alone matters," Maitreya teaches. "You are that self, an immortal being."
"I come at the 11th hour. Maitreya explains this through the symbolism of numbers. 11 is understood as 1 plus 1. Therefore, at the 11th hour there is none except you and me. When there is none except you and me, everything dissolves around you. There is tranquility, peace, grace. all karmas, conditioned activities, cease.
At the 12th hour creation began. 12 is understood here in its symbolic meaning of 1 plus 2. In effect, this makes 3, the Trinity. In the East, the Trinity is known as Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. In the West, it is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Suffering is caused by identification with anything and everything which is not the self. Ask yourself, who am I? You will see that you are identified either with matter, the body, or with thought, the mind, or with power, spirit. But you are none of these. Mind, spirit, and body are the temples of the Lord. The self experiences in these the supreme being and becoming of the Lord.
The self makes itself known through awareness. The self makes mind, spirit, and body aware of reality, and thus able to make decisions accordingly. Maitreya says, let your awareness grow.
Awareness with intelligence will guide mind, spirit, and body. This will create harmony between mind, spirit, and body and the self. Then the self can use the forces of life to transform things, to effect miracles. Mind, spirit, and body are simply vehicles.
Awareness will come to be respected in the home and in the school as a sacred God-given gift, Maitreya says. Awareness is the mother of creation. It can never be divided nor imposed. Textbooks cannot describe it, because there is no beginning nor end to it. Awareness can only be experienced. It is a seed in all creation and in every individual. Awareness is universal and does not belong to any religion, nor to any guru, saint, or politician.
One of the easiest ways to know me, Maitreya says, is to be honest in your mind, be sincere in your spirit, feed your body with right food, and practice detachment. This will create harmony. When you experience the self within and come to know that you are an immortal entity, completely separate from mind, spirit, and body, you learn to use these temples of the Lord creatively, with awareness. Processes of healing follow automatically.
You have been given mind, spirit, and body, says Maitreya, to express my being and becoming in thought, speech, and action. Any action performed with dishonesty of mind and insincere spirit and attachment is destructive. For example, when you think one thing, say another, and do something which is different again, you are lost. Honesty of mind leads to honest speech and honest action. This harmony leads to peace and happiness. Whether you are a thief or a saint, he counsels, you can begin right now.
But people have asked, how do we begin? How do we practice sincerity? Consider an expression which is often used, such as having a heart-to-heart talk with someone, Maitreya responds. What does this mean? It means you will express yourself as you really are. You will communicate from the centre, your centre, the self. Practice this. It will transform you and those around you.
The heart is never tarnished or touched. It is the seat of the soul. It is the mind that leads us astray. Peace, bliss, happiness, and grace are the qualities of the heart. By tuning into the feelings of the heart, Maitreya teaches you are able to experience your natural innocence. That innocence you had as a child. Do not visualize the heart, for that is only the mind seeking to find the source of light with a torch.
Maitreya teaches that everyone needs their inner space, where there is no direction, no one telling you where to go and what to do. No one can lead you. You are born to be aware of yourself, to know the master in yourself. Your inner space is sacred. It is where all things, all problems dissolve. It is where you go when you tell others you are tired and frightened and fed up, when you want to be left alone to find your own space.
According to Maitreya, You have been given that space so that the confusion and chaos around you will dissolve. You must never surrender that space to anyone except your true self. Meditation is really a journey back to that space to find peace and happiness.
Remain open-minded, Maitreya says. Enjoy life. When you enjoy life, you are sitting on the beach looking at the vast ocean. At that moment you experience serenity, tranquility, detachment within. You do not think of your bank account at that moment. Nobody lectures you at that moment. The gift of life flowers within you. Experience this and you will realize you are a unique person. You are unique in this creation.
To learn detachment is an art. With it, the scientists will learn the laws of physics and chemistry, the laws of creation, and will apply them, creating things which constitute God's work. The artist with detachment will be able to describe God through his own experiences. We are all observers in this vast creation. If we observe with a strong sense of detachment, we will find beauty in it, equilibrium and harmony.
There is a link between the inner and the outer environment. The moment you become aware of yourself, the environment within your mind, spirit and body is under your control. Then this development spreads to the family, then nationwide.
There is no difference between a family and a nation, a country. It is the art of communication between parents and children which creates a pattern of peacefulness, gracefulness and harmony. It creates all those values of life which contribute to the evolution of people.
The time is coming when every house will have a garden. The flowers growing there of different colours are the symbols of the children of the earth. Where you live, sleep and eat, your symbol of God is a garden. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes a day looking after it, growing things in it, and come very close to me. A mystery will evolve from that garden, cleansing mind and spirit.
Vegetarianism is the human diet of the future. Eating heavy red meats creates self-destructive habits by accentuating the animal instincts. Eating a lighter diet of vegetables, which can also include eggs, fish and cheese, increases a person's self-awareness.
Maitreya asks of governments everywhere, why make such a plethora of rules and regulations? This is how people become ill, demoralized. Any government whose lifeblood is ideology will not succeed in bringing about peaceful coexistence. Politicians will no longer be able to control the people through the rule of Parliament without adequate representation of the people's will. The will of the people will prevail.
Everyone is being affected by the new energy pouring into the world. Those who believed in political, religious and philosophical systems have become disillusioned because they have failed to bring peace, prosperity and happiness. You can only solve the problems of the world with a sense of realism that is not clouded by ideology or market forces.
A decisive change has occurred in the rate of the Earth's rotation. The speed of the Earth's revolution has slowed down. In consequence of this, the forces surrounding the planet have been made to slow down. These are not blind forces, but the effect of men's activities. This momentous event occurred at the end of July 1988.
As a result, there will be decisive changes, both in the short term and in the long term, in the Earth's atmosphere, in the air, on land and in the seas. Some have already begun. This can be understood as the turn of the wheel, which marks the end of an era, i.e. the Piscean Age, and the beginning of a new era, Aquarius. The wheel governs all creation. When it turns, no one can escape transformation.
Destructive forces, the effects of human behaviour, are being reversed in such a way that they will become constructive. This planet will come close to the Lord. Naturally, this process will occur gradually during the whole Aquarian cycle, but some changes are imminent and observable. A certain number of natural disasters, such as floods, earthquakes, etc., are inevitable. This end of an age, however, is not one of cataclysmic destruction. It is a matter of degree, and the portents of doom generally offered are exaggerated.
You're listening to the World Teacher Program on Wellington's Access Radio 106.1 FM. The technology of light is the technology that will meet all our energy needs in the 21st century. It will need no huge budgets to maintain because it will be devised and controlled by intellectuals who do not look for billions of pounds of profits to satisfy them. Once built, the technology will last for 2,500 years, until the next cycle of evolution.
Scientists are being taught by the Space Brothers the art of producing energy through light. The effects of the ozone problem will disappear, but the climatic changes that are underway are still bound to take place. The days and nights will be warmer across the globe. We shall see changes in human behaviour as people spend more time resting and less time working. They will enjoy more recreational activities. The plant and animal kingdoms will also be affected, with a number of species disappearing.
We shall find that society will think in global terms and policies will be developed globally. People will draw closer together, learning to share and live together in harmony. The scientists are being taught how to materialize through the technology of light, so that objects can be transmitted from one part of the world to another. This technology, using colour, sound and vibration, is the science of the 21st century. It will make society more prosperous and happy. People will enjoy life more. Many diseases will be healed instantaneously.
We shall find less and less need for hospitals, as the technology will make it possible for patients to be treated in local clinics. The planet will become very vibrant, with plenty of food for all and a clear atmosphere. Living conditions will improve for everyone, and people will experience a meaning in life. Crime will begin to recede, and people will be able to enjoy life. They will find out that it's not all just work, work, work.
Nations will be free to express their will, and the voice of the people will be enshrined in national constitutions across the world. That is Maitreya's gift to the world. Politicians who think they are clever and powerful will be helpless as the energy of this gift sweeps across the nations. An even greater gift will be that Maitreya will be among the poor and needy. He will be among them, guiding them and giving them spiritual warmth. He will be with the people in the streets who are sleeping rough and suffering injustice.
Preparations are well in hand for Maitreya to speak to the world via satellite television. Every nation and country will be linked by satellite to experience the presence and teachings of Maitreya. Those who watch, listen and respond will find themselves gradually undergoing transformation. On the day of declaration, people will enter churches, temples and mosques, and church bells will ring. It will be a day of rejoicing. We'll now play a part of Maitreya's message number 2, as given through Benjamin Creme.
Good evening, my dear friends. I have taken again this opportunity to speak to you. And to establish firmly in your minds. The reasons for my return. There are many reasons. Why I should descend and appear once more among you. Chiefly, they are as follows. My brothers, the masters of wisdom, are scheduled to make their group return to the everyday world. As their leader, I, as one of them, do likewise. Many there are throughout the world who call me, beg for my return. I answer their pleas. Many more are hungry and perish needlessly for want of the food which lies rotting in the storehouses of the world. Many need my help in other ways, as teacher, protector, as friend and guide. It is as all of these I come, to lead men, if they will accept me, into the new time, the new country, the glorious future which awaits humanity in this coming age. For all of this I come. I come to show you the way to God, back to your source. To show you that the way to God is a simple path which all men can tread. To lead you upwards into the light of that new truth, which is the revelation that I bring. For all of this I come. let me take you by the hands and lead you into that beckoning country, to show you the marvels, the glories of God, which are yours to behold. The vanguard of my masters of wisdom are now among you. Soon you will know them. Help them in their work. Know too that they are building the new age through you. Let them lead and guide, show you the way. And in doing this, you will have served your brothers and sisters well.
And that's our program for today. If you have any questions or would like to know more about the World Teacher Maitreya and the Masters of Wisdom, please call us on 0636461001 or visit the website share-international.org.
To inquire about Share International magazine subscriptions, books by Benjamin Creme, or our monthly free of charge newsletter which contains extracts from the current Share International magazine, the number is 04 234 1133, or write to P.O. Box 9576 Wellington.
Thank you for listening to us on Wellington's Access Radio 106.1 FM. And please tune in to our next World Teacher program on Saturday the 6th of July at the usual time of 10 a.m.
You can listen again to this program and previous ones by visiting our website at share-international-nz.info and click on the radio tab.